Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to Biniti Grazing Reserve in one local government area of Sokoto State. We are now going to demonstrate milking process as it's being practiced by the pastoralists or planning pastoralists themselves. So in the course before doing that, I would want you to observe the condition of this cow. Look at the size, look at the bony, look at the other conformation as well as the teeth before he starts the milking process. So Ustaz, kana ka shiga mana fada bismillah. So you can see the amount of milk derived so far from this cow. It is up to half liter. The Sokoto State. We are now in Biniti Grazing Reserve, as I mentioned earlier, in one local government area of Sokoto State. I would want to give you an overview of agriculture, generally the contribution of agriculture to the economy of this country, as well as livestock production generally. As we are aware, agriculture plays a key role in the Nigerian economy. It employs about 2,000 of the labor force and accounts for about 35% of the gross domestic product, with livestock accounting for about 25% of that contribution. About 70% of the people of Nigeria, particularly here in Sokoto, are involved in livestock agriculture or livestock production, either directly or indirectly. Nigeria possesses about 98 million hectares of total land area, out of which 40 million hectares is natural range, which is the major source of forages for grazing by national parks. Nigeria seems to be one of the largest population of livestock in the West African region, and Sokoto State also happened to be one of the largest producers of livestock in the country. In fact, it used to be the second largest producer, only second to the northeastern part of this country. Now, with the removal of Zamfara and Kebbi State out of Sokoto State, it still remains the one of the largest producers, about 2 million cattle here in Sokoto State. Yeah, with about 2.8 million sheep, about 3 million goats. However, the productivity of this livestock, indigenous breeds of livestock in Nigeria, is tended to be very low. The productivity in terms of milk yield, growth rate, and the reproductive performances, it seems to be very, very low with indigenous breeds of livestock. The low productivity is attributed mainly to low genetic potentials of our indigenous breeds of livestock. Low genetic potential of our indigenous breeds of livestock. Poor planning process in terms of livestock production. And the temporal and spatial variation in the quantity and the quality of forages they use to graze. We have so many. When I made mention of indigenous breeds of livestock, let's take the cattle breed. The cattle breeds particularly in Sokoto State now to start with. Later on we put other breeds that may not be found here. The cattle breed here in Sokoto is predominantly Sokoto Godali breed of cattle. Sokoto Godali breed of cattle. In fact, there's another Godali, we call it Adamawa Godali apart from Sokoto Godali. They are predominantly Sokoto Godali. Then we have Azawak, Obuzu, Azawak, Obuzu that originates from Niger. We have Red Bororo or Rahaji, that's another name. Rahaji. If you don't know the spelling, probably you can take a shot. I intend to give you some of the lessons that we may further take. The Rahaji, and we have Bunaji or White Fulani. That's another name, White Fulani cattle. Or Bunaji. Then we have Yakanaji. Yakanaji breed. All these are indigenous breeds of cattle found in Nigeria. If you are from the south, you have noticed probably Indama. There's another breed called Indama. Indama. Then we have Moturu. Moturu or Borogu, from Borogu in the now Niger State. It used to be in Kwara, but now in Niger State, Borogu. Yeah. Then we have the Kuri. Kuri, yeah. Kuri. K-U-R-I, mainly in the northeastern part of this country. But there may be some other strains of breeds, but these are the major. As I made the mention, the productivity is very low. The major problem is associated with poor selection intensity. Poor selection intensity. No, I mean breeding program is a major problem. Breeding program in Nigeria is now become a one-man show appear. It is a one-man show appear. You know, the planning provided most of the livestock. Despite the inherent low productivity of the pastoralist management system, it still provided it continued to supply the livestock and livestock products, and with level efficiency in Nigeria as well as in Africa and sub-Saharan Africa. In this, the productivity, as I mentioned, tend to be very low, and the milk yield they produce mainly about on the average under pastoralist management system. Under the pastoralist management system, you know, the pastoralist management system is the nomadic tradition of the Fulani pastoralist management system. Due to lack of sufficient water and sufficient grasses in the grazing areas, as we can notice here, as we see now, we are now beginning. This is almost the beginning of the dry season, and you can see from us, this is the grazing area where all these livestock tend to graze. See, is there any very palatable kind of grasses? So the grazing areas have been continuously being used as overgrazing. As such, the very, very important platypus species, which we call decreasers. We call them decreasers because they are the ones selected by livestock. The increasers are those species of grasses that are not selected by livestock during rainy season. For instance, this is the cedar cordipodium. Grammar, you call it cedar cordipodium. You know, cedar cordipodium, this species of plant is not selected by livestock during rainy season grazing. In terms of milking, is there any query? A question?
My name is Tamara Krogo-Merumo. Now that this car has been milked, how soon, sir, can the car be ready for remaking?
The milking process, I said I should have mentioned that really because it depends on the aspect of nutrition. Some they milk twice a day. They milk in the morning and milk in the evening. Maybe in the course of the personally, there are people that should be asked, how do they milk their cows? But they do milk in the morning and in the evening. Some, but sometimes they have to buy milk from the cow because they want to give them additional concentration for it to have milk. So that the cows also need to have milk. Whether the problem is the cow might have drunk the milk in the morning, that's the reason why we have little. But at least there should be a requirement for milk for the cow. Yeah.
My question is this: we saw the milking process. I want to ask, is the milk processed in any way before used as fura de nono, as we know here? Is it cooked? Is it boiled? Is it what do they do with it before it's ready to be taken? Thank you.
Okay. You see, here as you mentioned, fura de nono is sour milk. It's sour milk. By the time they milk, they was allowed to settle. It had to be fermented. But fermentation meaning that it's a microorganism. Milk and wine is going to be the home of microorganisms. Some microorganism must be there for the milk to become sour, so they can be able to store for quite a long time. Okay.
My name is Sarah Akivi. The question I want to ask is that from what you said so far, the greatest challenge you have is grasses for the livestock to feed on. Is there no effort you've made to create artificial feed for the cow? Like the dogs and poultry farmers, they have artificial feed for their products.
Yes. When you say artificial, we cannot say artificial because we have to give another kind of process. But the issue, during rainy season, at early stage of grasses development, they are of a higher nutritive value. But nutritive value declines with physiological maturity of the grasses and the seasons of the year. So, it's not going to say it's difficult to make hay, to cut hay at the time of its higher nutritive value, because the hay now will be in August, and August will be the month that will have a higher rainfall in Sokoto State. As such, there will be no sunshine for the hay to dry. As such, it will rot. So we must allow it to develop flower, to mature, and we make hay during September, October, November. That is of low nutritive value. Then we can use other process, other method. It's another method that we use in enhancing the quality of the hay. Because if an animal eating food, one is for energy. There should be energy in that food for it to be able to produce the milk, to be able to walk, to be able to do everything for maintenance and production. There should be protein. There should be protein source diet, so that for body development. Anabolism, that's for body development. And also it makes process of minerals and vitamin supplements in this kind of feed.
I'm Ogunan Olusegun. So I would like to ask this question. At what age is the cow ripe for milking? And how long is the lifespan for the milking process? And when is it like the milk productivity drops, like when you can slaughter it? Then secondly, how much do you sell the milk per liter? Thanks.
Yeah, you ask of poverty, and the poverty also depends on the genome. That's what I mean by reproductive performance of the cows that will be very low. The time to mature is sometimes in about 3 to 4 years, as against 1 to 2 years. 3 to 4 years under foster system as against 1 to 2 years. So you have the milk only when the cow calves. That's the time when you have the milk. The price of the milk, maybe if we add the phosphorus, we'll be able to tell you how much to sell the milk. Yeah, let's see.